morrow, people of the Internetiverse, and welcome to this week's episode of Tasteful Nudes. I believe episode 12?
12 is correct.
I am your bodacious host, Dan, as always, joined as ever by the resplendent ripple, Paul Austin.
What a coincidence!
That's not even slightly cowboy.
I've moved away from the cowboy. I'm just going to say random phrases.
Okay, that makes sense. Unfortunately, this week we're not joined by our usual special guest, Emily Poulter, as she apparently has a better thing to do with her life.
Don't mention it. Don't even mention her. Don't even mention her. Don't even draw attention to the fact she's not here. Just pretend like she never was.
Yeah, God knows we don't, bring attention to other things that we don't want to bring attention to. You and your fucking garbage other show that doesn't exist.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Because you best not fucking bring it up. Swear to Christ.
Okay.
Destroy you.
It's crass.
Anyway. No, it isn't. It was that of me saying it, but that's not what shut up. Right. How are we starting this week? Do you want me to start straight in with some questions?
Throw a question at me, bud. Throw a question at me.
Throw a question at you. Okay, let's find question 1 for the return of the Dan and Paul only podcast. I want you to plan the most bizarre murder, and I want you to give me who, what, and why.
Okay, who?
The most bizarre murder possible.
Who am I going to murder? Who do I hate? Oh, there's lots of people who I hate. I'm going to murder
What's
42.
the YouTuber that you particularly hate?
42. He's a YouTuber. 42 is a YouTuber.
Right.
I mean, I could murder, like, fascists. I could murder sort of people who've done things that are actually bad.
But I'm
picking 42.
You're picking
So I'm murdering him. Bizarre murder. So, what would be good is if I could tailor it to the person who I'm murdering. So, this guy, 42, he's like a fact-based YouTuber. He does videos about facts. Honestly,
I thought you said fat-based YouTuber.
No, that'd be fine.
That's my shtick. That's my gimmick, man. That makes more sense.
But yeah, he's a fact-based YouTuber. He does videos on facts, and he talks like this, and he does videos about topics, and I hate him.
Right, okay.
Maybe I wouldn't murder 42. Maybe I should use this more. Maybe I should be more bold.
It's too late. You've decided on 42. Moving on.
All right, okay.
How and what are you going to do to murder?
So what I'm going to do is
how bizarre is it going to be?
I'm going to kidnap the fucker. Just throw him in the back of like a van with no seats or nothing. Drive real fat. I mean, I can't drive, so it'll be a bumpy ride for him. Take him to like a warehouse full of encyclopedias. And then what I'm going to do is... This is less murder and more like planning torture, I've just realised. But I'm going to stuff him with like pages from books till he dies of choking. It's not very bizarre. It's just sort of grim, innit, that?
I mean, it's pretty bizarre that you've kidnapped a YouTuber, taken him to a warehouse filled with encyclopedias that have slowly fed him as many pages as you can, and knowing you probably screamed, "Are you knowing any of these facts? Are you learning them? Are you learning the facts?" As you do it.
It says more about me, doesn't it, than it does about him.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with it.
Sticking with it, yeah. If in doubt, double down on the motherfucker.
Either that, or I somehow figure out some way of filling someone I hate with like water and then freezing just that water, so they're all frozen inside. I can't think of a way to make that physically possible. But hey ho.
Well, okay then. That was question 1.
It's hard to make a bizarre murder without looking like a proper psychopath, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the whole point, though, is that it's meant to be like, what?
Yeah, true.
Question number 2.
Okay.
What is the shittest superpower?
The shittest superpower? There's a lot of shit superpowers.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come up with an original answer or one that exists?
Entirely up to you.
I could come up with
entirely up to you.
Both.
Go for it.
So is it Jubilee? Is she the
superhero that's got fireworks, pyrotechnics, yes.
Yeah, but pyrotechnics makes it sound better than it seems to manifest itself. Because it just seems to be like sparkle powers. So I'm going to
Well,
say
that's the
real.
thing. It's comics though. So one week they will be, I'll stop them with, like a tiny little spark, and that's about it. And then next week she can create pyrotechnics that are nuclear weapon-esque.
That's
and then
true.
the week after she's unable to breathe, and then the week after she's suddenly got goat legs. And it's comics; they never fucking have any continuity to anything.
No, it is odd. I mean, yeah, they should work on that. I never quite.
I understand that her sparkly powers are kind of shit.
I think whoever takes the
your shittest
photographs
one that exists.
that end up in comics should sort of try harder to make them look more spectacular.
Yeah, because they are just straight up pictures. And
Well, yeah, they're photographs, aren't they? Because they're.
Yeah, because it's real. Yeah.
Well, like when you go and see a movie, that's like photographs.
Yeah, just lots and lots of photographs glued together in sequence.
And like when you read a book, that's
sounds-
photographs.
It's just photographs of words.
When you have
glued together in
when you have your
sequence,
dinner, that's just photographs.
Can you move on to the
I
next
don't know where I'm
part?
going. Yeah, I don't know where I'm
Answer.
going with this bit of patter. It's cut that out.
It's not your best way. It's not your best. You won't know. You've been saying you'll cut things. I don't think you've cut a single thing from this entire series.
I have. I cut out the bits at the beginning when we say, "Are we ready?" Not always, but sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you cut out the abuse of the one person that we won't mention. Like, that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
that's
You
true.
cut out the character assassination, and that's about it.
I cut out stuff that makes me look bad sometimes.
You don't cut out the bits that make the rest of us look bad because you're a fucking
Well,
ass.
that's your prerogative,
Right.
isn't it? What's your next question?
Right there.
No, hang on.
you would-
I haven't done a made-up one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, do that.
So, in terms of made-up superpowers, what would be a really bad superpower? Maybe like the ability to shape clouds. You can't move them from like the sky. You can just make them into different shapes.
That's pretty bad. I was expecting you to go with one, and then I could turn around and be like, I have a worse one. But actually, that's probably on par with the one I was going to go with.
Okay, good. I'm glad
I was
that's a
just going to
success.
go with I was just going to go with somebody that can grow their hair at an extreme rate, and that's it. You literally just grow hair really fast out of every part of your
And the
body.
hair has no
So it's not
kind
like
of-
you can choose. You can't choose. You can't go, I'm just going to get really long hair on my head. No, it just grows out of everywhere really long.
That'd be
so
good
you then
in
have
a
to
way.
shave it all down. How?
Not in
How
terms
would
of,
that be
not for
good?
fighting crime particularly, but I'd like to grow a beard. But presumably the hair only
But you
grows
then-
from places you can grow it.
I don't know how. I feel it'd be shitter if it grew from everywhere, including your eyeballs.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's probably fairer to be it only grows some places you can actually grow, but that's the point. Suddenly, your arm hair grows out to you just
Yeah.
look like Chewbacca, and you'd have to
Well, it'd
shave
be a bit of a pain,
everything
wouldn't
down
it?
except your fucking beard and head. And
Yeah.
so this question essentially came from I was back in college, so this is like almost fucking 10 years ago. I was taking a bus home and some random girl next to me started chatting to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to get married, because it's Dan.
Yeah,
And a person spoke to me, therefore instant marriage was on my mind.
And yet
But,
we've not got married yet.
I know, right? It's mostly Paul, because you're a terrifying monster of a person.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
true.
The thought of you in any form of romantic sense terrifies me. To
Like
my
I'm
very
like
bone
a,
marrow.
you see me like a praying mantis. I'd like devour you
Yeah.
and lay my eggs inside you.
100% accurate, yes. It sounds quite accurate considering the sketches you write about the
We
two
did
of
a
us.
sketch of like similar to that, only a different predatory animal.
Yeah. It's despicable. We won't open that door, though.
No.
But yeah, sat next to this girl, and I can't remember how we started the conversation, but I was like, I really need to pee. And she's like, it's times like these I really wish I had superpowers. I'm like, what? And then we started talking about how I could use any superpower in the world to pee right now. And she started coming up with really bizarre ones, and one of them was being able to grow excessive amounts of hair. And I'm like, yeah, that'd be perfect. I'd just grow shit tons of hair and then shave it all off and grow shit tons of hair and keep going until I got like a massive pile of fur I could hide in and nobody would know
Ah,
while I peed. And there was all these other ones that I was like, yeah, I could do this. Like all the basic ones like flight and super speed. Like, yeah, I could just fly and find one, or like just piss on people from a great height. Fuck it, I don't care.
yep.
But yeah,
And they'll be like,
That's where that
oh, look,
question
there's,
came from.
oh, it's raining. Maybe when it is, when you... Do you ever feel like phantom rain? Like rain, you feel like it maybe is raining, but like there's no rain. That's actually someone flying over you and pissing on you. Might be from an aeroplane.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been peed on from a great height. Don't pretend that you haven't, ladies and gents. So,
how would
question
turning
number
into
3.
the Hulk help you pee on a bus?
Because then I'd be so big that the bus would get destroyed.
Maybe
And the
notice
Hulk
with
can
the...
jump an insane distance. So I could leap massively into the air and either pee while I'm up there or leap the distance to a bathroom and then go in there.
I mean, with that logic, you could say, oh, I wish I had a gun so I could shoot everyone to death on the bus and then pee in private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never said, like, these were going to be great ideas. I just said I could use them to go to the bathroom.
No, it's
I don't know
true.
what more you want from me.
I like the game, though, trying to come up with superpowers. In fact, the game is trying to come up with a superpower that absolutely doesn't help. Mine.
Yeah. Being able to shape clouds, I wouldn't be able to do that one. Yeah.
No,
I
what
think
you
that's
could
the
do... No,
first
okay,
one.
actually, I'll tell you how you could do it. You could shape a cloud that looks like something spectacular. Like, I don't know...
And distract everyone.
Like
Oh
a
my
squirrel
god,
or something.
guys! That cloud is shaped like a swastika. That's right, I'm bringing it back to Hitler!
And then you could piss while they're looking at it.
While they're all going, what the fuck? And then I could piss on the bus and then blame, like, squirrels.
There you go. That's how that could... You're right, every superpower could help. There's no... Without exception. Daredevil,
oh my God.
he can
all
hear
of our
well.
Thousands of viewers are going to figure it out.
Daredevil, he, like, just hears good.
All of his other senses are heightened. So what he'd be able to do, he'd be on the bus and he'd be able to hear where there was a public bathroom nearby and be able to get off the bus and find it.
That's true.
Whereas I didn't know where the fuck I was, so I wouldn't know where any public bathrooms were.
That's fair. Okay.
Question number 3?
Yep.
So, question number 3. Give me one of your organs. Which one can you live without? Look, I've got a bathtub full of ice, a bread knife, and a blunt object. Let's do this.
Okay.
Give me one of your organs.
Well, I'll give you a kidney then.
Perfect. See? That's fucking team playing right there. I've been asking Em for a kidney all night. Would she give me a fucking kidney? No. Let's not carry that thought on any further.
Yeah, for those of you, just to let you in behind the curtain, Em spent the night at Dan's last night. And yet she's not here for the podcast. And Dan said, oh yeah, she had to leave. So, she was over at Dan's last night and then said...
Don't look in the cage.
How can I not look in the cage? It's a cage. Is there like a sheet over it?
Well, don't come and look in the cage then. Don't
I'm going to look in the cage. I just need to look in the cage. Oh my God!
I told you not to look in there.
It's filled with shit.
Yeah, I don't know how to use a toilet.
No, and Em's severed head is actually on the sideboard. I've just noticed that.
Yeah. Question number 4.
What are you going to do with my
what's your
kidney just before you continue?
Oh, what I'm going to do with it, I'm slowly creating another person, and I need several different organs to be able to make that happen. And they have to be from living people, otherwise it just doesn't work.
No, of course, yeah.
Because, that's just science.
Yeah.
So I can't have, long since dead organs. So I need living kidneys.
Yeah.
I've already got somebody's heart.
Nice.
But I'm not allowed to disclose whose because of legal reasons. And I also managed to get one eyeball from a midnight knife fight. So I'm doing all right.
You're doing okay.
Now that I've got a kidney as well.
Kidney, heart, and eyeball.
I'm getting there.
You're well on your way.
I've got a good. It's a good start, I've only been doing it for 36 hours. Like, give me a fucking break.
Oh right, okay, that's not too bad. I imagine it like, those magazines that come out that like come with like one little bit of a shitty car.
Yes,
you can build.
You've got to subscribe to it for 6 months and get like a piece a week. Yes.
Yeah, and you end up spending like £6,000 on like a car you could have just bought for like 50.
Yep.
Those magazines are... Have you ever bought any of those magazines in your life?
I always saw them, was like, oh, that'd be really cool. And then I looked at the price and went, That's fucking stupid. Especially when I'm like 8 years old, where I'm like, money doesn't matter, and I'd still look at them and be like, that's stupid. Who's doing this?
Yeah. I usually bought. I think I had. Do you remember they did one that was like you can build like a human skeleton? It's a bit like yours.
Yeah.
Obviously
I
plastic.
think so, yeah,
It wasn't real, but you can build like a skeleton. And like the skull.
I think I can, for my creating a body, I think I can have a skeleton from somebody that's dead. I don't think that matters too much.
I suppose not.
But the organs have to be alive.
Yeah. They've got jobs to do. But yeah, you got like the bottom half of a skull, but obviously the trick they play is the first issue is like $1.99. And you get this like plastic skull, but like you can get the next one, which is like a femur, is like 15 quid or something. So that's how they get you. So I've often bought like the first issue, and then not continued beyond that.
You've got
like a bit of something.
Got from all of these different things. You've got a skull, one of Hulk's
I'm going to actually build a man.
Back axle of a car.
I'm going to build a body out of these bits of magazines.
Weightlifting monthly, you've just got one weightlifting belt. There's no weights in it, you've just got the belt.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it.
Oh dear.
Next bit.
Yep. Have you got? Was that the final question?
I've got one more question. What is your favourite wrestling match ever?
Favourite wrestling match? Well, I've not seen many wrestling matches.
That's why I asked the question. Because I knew you'd be flummoxed.
Yeah, but I feel
really
like
struggle.
surely I've seen like one in my life.
Yeah. Which one?
I
want to see whether you can name it or whether you just make one up.
I've seen the film Fighting with My Family.
Yep.
And there are wrestling matches in that.
But between who?
Florence Pugh.
No.
She plays the woman in it, doesn't she?
And what's the woman's name? What's the delightful lady from Norwich's name?
Dee Dee. What is her name?
No.
Shit, what is her name? I feel like I should get this.
You should.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, this is...
You literally... I was like, oh my god, he's found a back door into the question. And then you fucked that as well.
Oh, I'm so angry with myself that I can't remember her name. She had a sex tape that got released as well, didn't she?
You're not supposed to mention that. Like, she gets really upset when you bring that up. She had several sex tapes released. It's fine. It's fucking too late. We've already fucked it because you don't remember her goddamn name. And also,
yeah, that's true, I
who are
suppose.
we? Why the hell would she care? We're two complete losers in the middle of fucking nowhere.
I mean, we can't now spend the rest of the podcast with me just sitting here trying to remember the name of the main character and real
you're just
wrestler.
conceding that you don't know the answer to the question and you failed?
No, I can do it. Undertaker versus Hulk Hogan.
When?
1992.
I think that actually happens. Let's check.
Oh, I hope
Let's check. I'm gonna give you because you've not actually seen any. I'm gonna let you have an entire year rather than making you give me.
That's very generous.
Rather than make you give me the exact event.
Thank you, Daddy.
Stop that. I think you may be out of luck. I think it may have only happened in 91.
Oh, that's what I meant.
And then it didn't happen again until 2000.
No, I meant 91.
You may have fucked it.
Oh, shit. Okay, no, I concede that I don't know the answer to the question. Sorry, don't punish me. Or you can if you want.
What can I possibly fucking do?
Spank me on me bare bottom.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You'd enjoy that too much. I ain't playing your fucking game. You sicko.
What is her fucking name?
Paige.
Oh, shit! Of course it is. I know it was a normal name.
Paige.
Yeah.
And the match you saw at the end where she wins the Divas title is against AJ Lee. It's the Raw after WrestleMania.
I wouldn't have got that, so... It's a good film, though, isn't it? Fighting with My Family. I quite liked it.
It's pretty good.
What are you doing?
spinning a thing.
Just spinning it. I mean, when I saw it first, listeners, it really looked like he was jacking off.
It's literally just meant to be a headphones case.
Oh, fair enough.
I like to fidget with things, but it's making too much noise, so I'll stop.
There's that. That's that.
Yeah, next thing. Let's move on from
Well, I wanted us to...
doesn't know wrestling thing.
I want us to sort of talk about fast food for a bit.
Fast food, okay.
Fast food. Because I do like... I miss fast food. I've had... Because you get takeaways and stuff, but it's not the same, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty shit, yeah.
There's something...
Especially the Bromsgrove ones.
There's something satisfying.
Yeah, I'm calling that all Bromsgrove takeaways.
Yeah. There you go. In your face, Bromsgrove takeaways. But there's something really satisfying every now and then about takeaways. So I think we should go through the main UK takeaways, not fast food places. Fucked up the whole thing. Let's start the whole podcast again.
Good morrow, people. No, fuck you. We're not starting again. I'm not doing 20
I should go
minutes
through
of
the
this
main
shit again.
British fast food joints and say if we like them and what we would order if we went, because that'll be interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So, okay, I've written down 4. If there's any more that you think I should add, let me know. I've written down McDonald's, Burger King, KFC, and Subway. Am I missing any?
I don't think so anymore, because I used to be like, oh, well, Pizza Hut's one of them, but Pizza Hut isn't anymore, is it?
No, it's sort of more of an actual, like,
yeah,
they sort of do they're a restaurant now, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
But,
an occasional takeaway.
obviously, this is
all
your
the other
main
ones are very
chain ones I'm talking.
Yeah, all the other ones are kind of singular, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mate, I don't know, does Nando's count? I don't think it does. Some
Again,
people
it's
do
sort of,
count it,
it's
I
passed
don't.
itself more as a restaurant now. It is very quick, though. But I think, it's more of a restaurant these days. These days. So let's go. We'll stick to these 4. Okay, let's start with McDonald's. So what do you think of McDonald's?
I'm a fan, just because they're fucking everywhere and they're so easy and simple.
Yeah.
They're not one of these things that I'm like, oh my god, it's the greatest food in the world.
No.
Go crazy for it. But it's just so easy and there, and I don't have to worry about it. I just sort of go in and gorge.
Yeah.
And shovel it in. It's just convenient sort of thing. So
Yeah, I like a McDonald's.
I can't think of any real issues I have with McDonald's.
No,
At
for
the same
what
time,
it
I can't
is,
think
you
of
know.
any- I can't really think of any.
all right.
Oh my god, it's so amazing! I need it in my life either.
No. So what would you order if you went to
Bland all
McDonald's?
around. I normally go with they do their chicken legend. normally
I
go
like
with
a chicken
barbecue, one
legend.
of those. A large chicken legend. Apart from when they do the like monthly things of like the tastes of America. Here's this new burger for a month. Except for the limited edition things, I normally go with those as well.
Yeah, I quite like a big
just
tasty
to
as
torture
well.
myself. Yeah.
But
There's
generally,
quite most of the things other than the fish related things I like on their menu.
yeah, you're not really into. I don't think I've ever had a fillet of fish.
Me either.
I mean, I like fish. I mean, I know that you're not keen on fish generally, but generally I do quite like fish. But I've never had a fillet of fish. Maybe that's something to try.
Because it's taking
Post
food
lockdown.
away from penguins.
Oh, that's sweet. That's a very
do
sweet
that.
reason not to have it.
It's totally not the fact that it tastes gross and I hate it.
I nearly said
Most
something
of the
really
penguins.
stupid then. Like really
You
stupid.
should.
I nearly said, well, but damn, pandas eat fish as well. And I only thought, and obviously they don't. I only thought
Is
that.
that just...
My reasoning for that is because pandas are also black and white.
That's so much stupider than it was before. You made it worse for yourself. What the fuck?
Zebras, they eat fish. All black and white animals eat the same thing. Badgers.
Let's move on to the next restaurant before I choke you through the screen.
But what I was going to say was generally I get like a Big Mac if I'm going to McDonald's. And obviously fries, and I'll get a Fanta probably. Yeah.
I do like the. It's difficult. Sometimes the milkshakes at McDonald's are really nice, and sometimes they're shit.
Yeah.
I find like sometimes the chocolate one, I'm like, oh, that was really good, and then sometimes I'm like, why does it taste like banana? This is meant to be chocolate. Why does all of them taste like banana?
Same nozzle.
What's going on? Yeah.
Maybe.
It's just not
I don't know.
It's just not right.
But yeah, I generally go Fanta, I think. Next on the list
I
is...
normally go Diet Coke, personally, but yeah.
It's fair enough. Burger King.
I used to really hate Burger King because my dad used to have the radio on all the time, and there was a story about somebody who worked in Burger King who was caught spitting in every burger, and when somebody was like, oh, I want this without sauce, and it came back and it did have the sauce, they complained, and so this person licked the sauce off the burger and then handed it back to them. Not
Oh
like
my
in front of
God.
them, went into the back, did it, and I was like, I
Fuck
don't know if
me.
it's Burger King. Burger King's grim. And then I was like, when I got older, I'm like, wait a minute, like everywhere could do this. Like it's not just Burger King. That's one place and one monster.
Yeah.
Like it could happen anywhere. So I got over it, and I find Burger King's more plastic.
Yeah, I agree.
The
I
other
think...
sort of thing.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, sort of thing, but it's just so chemical and doesn't feel natural at all. Just feels man-made and everything. And I normally go with like a bacon cheeseburger XL or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking monster thing.
You just want the
and you get a decent price.
Yeah, I think with Burger King, because their burgers are, like you say, so sort of plasticky, you sort of just go with something that's got a shitload of toppings or cheese.
Yeah.
Basically. I'll generally go for a
Shitload of stuff in
Whopper.
it.
I don't mind a Whopper.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
everything
noticing
else...
that you're going with the, like, the picture of their main choices on each one. Like, Big Mac, which is...
That is
the
weird, isn't
McDonald's
it?
burger. The Whopper, that's the...
You're right.
Mackey's. I'm worried about... when you go to KFC, do you get a bucket? You always get... just
Well,
a bucket
we'll
of red
come
shit.
to that. I'll tell you what I get from KFC. So, but yeah, no, you're right. It is weird that I do favour the sort of signature dishes.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Rather than the picture of the stuff. The fucking...
I mean, I think signature dishes is quite generous phrase, to be honest. I don't like Burger
Signature was
King's
the
fries either.
signature meal. Yeah, they're not as good.
No.
They seem a bit thicker and a bit... Yeah.
Sort of stuff, yeah. Fuck off, Burger King. Spitting in all your
So
burgers.
Burger King is second to McDonald's so far. Burger King is currently in last place.
Yeah. Okay, we move on to KFC. Now, you've actually worked in a KFC.
Yes, I worked there for a while.
Did you spit in the chicken?
I didn't, no. Did jerk off in the fryer, though. So
Oh, well, that's all right.
I didn't actually do that before legal teams break my door down. No, I worked there for a while and I thoroughly enjoyed it until the management was, let's not open that door, because also legal reasons. But yeah. Even though I worked there and you'd think I'd have gotten sick of it because, you know, you got like, I think it's like it was like $5.19, I think at the time, like the amount of one of the meals you got as a free lunch every day. You'd think I'd have gotten bored of it. But no, I used to have the same thing every day. I do with the fillet box meal that was like just a fillet piece of chicken in a bag.
Yep.
Came with gravy, small fries, and a piece of chicken. And I'd either try and get a breast or a thigh and chomp my way through that every lunch sort of thing. But no, it's not what I choose whenever I go in there. The issue is, I find with KFC, is whatever the meal is, for one person, it's never enough.
I sort of know what you mean.
One person meals. So if I'm going in with people and we end up doing like let's get the fucking family share thing, that works. But like the box meals were never enough for me because I'm a fat bastard.
No, I agree. Actually, I do agree.
But I always went with the boneless banquet for one, personally, just because ticked all the boxes.
I know you can be fucked with the bones, honestly. I've
I
occasionally...
used to fucking love it, and then once I had the boneless ones, I was not fighting with bones again.
No.
No, thank you.
I mean, I've occasionally had like a bucket. But generally only when I'm with someone else. I've never actually like got a bucket on my own or anything. Because what I like to get from KFC is the burritos
Yes,
that they
but
do.
they stopped doing them.
What? If they not do
I don't
the
know if they've
burritos
picked them
anymore?
back up. They stopped it a while ago. I'm not sure if they picked them back up. But for a
fuck.
long time, they'd stopped doing them. I didn't know what the fuck they were, and then I had as part of my training, you were supposed to try everything on the menu. So you
That's
could
good
give
training.
Reasoning. It was the best part of the training. I had that, and I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. So I kept having them every time.
Yeah. Oh, they were really good, the burritos.
I found the best bit was
Fuck.
because that you had like a certain amount of money you could spend.
Yeah.
I could either get a burrito meal that was like was just under the exact amount, or I could get a burrito and add a hash brown and bacon to it.
Oh my god!
Double down on the fucking burrito.
Holy shit!
And then just grab the chips that were gonna go that were gonna get thrown out. I'd just be like, I'll take these, and there we go. Boom.
Whoa!
Beautiful meal.
Man, I want to work at KFC.
I'd say you get fat, but because it's so fucking hot, and because I lived on the other side of the fucking town,
Oh yeah,
I
I
had to
suppose.
walk 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back every day and night. I was probably in the best shape of my life whilst eating KFC every day, which is a real stunning indictment of my fucking life before and after.
I mean, that sounds pretty good. That
It
job.
was pretty good. It was until the management, but again,
Yeah, that's
not
the risk
opening
you're
that door.
taking. That is the risk, because you always end up. Yeah, no job. All jobs can end up being screwed up by shitty management.
Yep.
That's the lesson for
I've
you
still
listeners.
Another lesson is to always make sure you've got leverage, so if they try and screw you over, you can, screw back.
Yeah.
Which I still have. I'm not going to reveal what that is, because then I lose my leverage. But
Can you reveal it to me now and I'll cut it out?
No, because you won't.
Oh,
You never do. I will message at you
okay.
afterwards when there is no... You're going to put it on the podcast anyway, because you're a prick.
I'm not going to put it on the podcast. Not, probably.
Yeah.
There'll be a caption
Mostly
that'll come up
'cause it's
now
effort.
saying everyone who works at KFC is involved in a...
God damn it!
That is not
You
true,
best
listeners.
jazz
I've
that
just
out.
made
You
that
best
up.
jazz that out.
I just made that
You
up.
best be jazzing that out.
Okay.
That is what we do for censorship, right? The
Yeah.
jazz noise. You
Big
best jazz that
trombone
out.
sound.
Yeah.
So, are we saying that KFC is number one, or is it below?
For me, personally,
I
yes.
think it's above McDonald's, I think, for me.
Yeah.
And finally, Subway.
I fucking hate Subway. Subway would be my bottom. Because, for me, it's very expensive for a sandwich, and fuck you, I can make my own sandwich.
It's true, I suppose.
There's nothing interesting about it. There's a few different things that they do that would take a lot of effort for me to do. Like if I was to do a meatball marinara,
Yeah.
I'd have to make pasta, etc., and then put it in a sandwich. So there's that. But I don't want to have to spend 25 fucking pounds to get a shit sandwich. And I know that's an exaggeration before you give me your shit.
Okay. It's a fiver, isn't it? It's
I
a
don't
fiver for a
really-
sandwich.
Yeah. But yeah, fiver for a sandwich that's meh. That I've never been the biggest fan of. Like, they've not been particularly tasty. I can spend the same amount of money to buy bread, filling, like crisps and a biscuit to go
Yeah.
with it, and still have enough to do it multiple times over
Yeah.
and enjoy it far more than I would at Subway. I think the last time... I've only been there once in the last 12 months, and that was meeting up with a friend, and we were in town, and they're like, oh, I'm having lunch with the kids at Subway, you should meet us there. And I'm like, fine. And they were doing like a cheesy garlic bread thing. I'm like, I'll give this a go, and I went for like a meat feast sandwich on cheesy garlic, and that worked. But that was a limited edition thing, and they stopped
Yeah.
fucking doing the bread to the like. I'm like, oh, come on! I finally appreciated you, and you ruined it, you bastard. Yeah,
Oh,
just-
dear.
I've got several other
Subway.
things against Subway, but at this point it'll just become slanderous. So I'm just not a big fan of theirs.
I've got to say, I don't mind a Subway every now and then. I would get a meatball marinara. But that's kind of their big thing, isn't it? Again, the meatball marinara.
So?
It's like
I don't know what their signature one is. I don't know whether that is it or not. I don't think they have a signature one because
maybe
the
not.
whole thing is the "have it your way" or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Actually,
slogan is.
But yeah, I like a meatball marinara, and I don't mind an Italian BMT. But yeah, it's. I think I'd put it above Burger King personally. But yeah, I know what you mean.
For me, it'd be KFC, Mackey's, Burger King, Subway. But for you, it sounds like it'd be the same, but Burger King and Subway swapped.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So there you go,
as
listeners.
long as Subway's not number one for you. If you'd have said it was number one, I'd have came over there and urinated on your computer.
Nah, no way. It's fine in a pinch, I think.
Yeah. If you get desperate, you've got nowhere else to eat, it'll do.
Yeah.
I've thought of a fifth. Like the quintessentially British fast food.
Say
Greggs.
again.
I said I've thought
Greggs.
of another one, the quintessentially
Shit, that's a
British
good one.
one, Greggs.
Yeah, you
But
don't
we
really
only do in the
include
fall,
it,
we
but
move
I
on.
guess
Technically, it's fast food.
it is kind of fast food, isn't it? I do like a Greggs, actually.
Yeah.
I'd put that.
Put them middle of the road, put them third.
I'd put Greggs above. Yeah,
One.
I'd put them third, Greggs. And I mean, I get again the thing with Greggs. Oh, I suppose. Oh no, we can't get into a whole thing of depending on what time of day it is, because obviously that would change what you ordered as well. But the thing I get most often from Greggs is usually I'd get like a breakfast when I used to work at HMV, and I'd get like a sausage and bacon baguette or a roll, depending on how flush I was at the time.
I always end up getting sausage rolls, and it used
Sausage
to
rolls are
be. It was when I worked at Pizza Express, because there's one in the town, so I could walk straight past it. And occasionally, when I work where I do now, I will go pick up. They do like the 4 for the price of 3. I'll pick them up, and I'll have like 2 as my like breakfast / lunch.
Yeah.
And then fridge the other 2 or whatever. And because again, I'm a fat bastard. For some reason, whenever I get hungry, I end up sneezing, which is really annoying. Like my brain just goes, and like I sneeze like 9 times in a minute. So I like to keep. Normally I keep double deckers, but sometimes I keep other things in my bag. So if I get to the point where that's about to happen, I'm like, back in a moment, stuff my face and come back. What are you looking at over there? Like,
There's a car, and I was just seeing who it was. Sorry.
Jesus. Like, I'm trying to tell a story.
Don't let him behind the. I'm
shit
listening.
Story. It's a shit story. It's fine. I don't care.
No, I was
Move
listening.
on to the next bit. Next bit.
Oh. So that was our ranking, listeners.
Yeah, that's our ranking of fast food.
There you go.
And you can take that to the bank, because that's clearly worth something when we look like blimps. So we know what we're talking about, people.
It's true.
I say we. I look like a blimp and Paul looks damn fine, but you know.
Well, I look like a hot air balloon. You can be a blimp and I'll be a hot air balloon.
I will fight you on the moon.
Hanging out in the sky together. Ugh.
I thought you were going to do a passive aggression there, but never mind.
No.
Fine.
Cuddling up in the sky together.
Oh my god, yay!
Right, shall we finish with our normal shit?
You've got to write me a sketch.
Yeah, do the jingle.
So, write me a sketch!
We haven't bothered with that for the past 5 weeks or whatever.
We
but
have
it's
occasionally. It pops back in and out.
nice
I
to hear
keep
it
telling you
again.
to make actual jingles for things, but you fucking don't.
I can't be bothered.
Fine.
Right, what's my word? I'm doing it this
I
week,
think
listeners.
we already did pillow, didn't we?
We
I forget.
Oh, we should have written them down. I told you,
Why is
Dan.
he still not? No, fuck you. Fuck you. You're the one that said you wouldn't, and we didn't need to. I will not have that shit. We literally discussed beforehand when you were like, oh, I don't think we could do the thing.
I think we have
And
done pillow.
We have done pillow.
I think so.
I'm trying to think of something that would be amusing and not just obvious. Wok. There you go.
Wok. Okay.
W-O-K. A wok.
Right, okay, here we go. I'm going straight into it.
Look at him
Paul
buying
comes
time,
in.
ladies and gentlemen, buying time like a piece of shit.
Paul comes in, he's got his
Yeah,
rucksack
it's annoying
on.
when people do that, isn't it?
I'm just going to continue. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
that didn't call you out on your fucking horse shit. Yeah.
Paul comes in, he's got his rucksack on. I've just come back from my hike, Dan. And I come in and I see Dan, and I'm like, oh shit. And you are cooking a kind of stir fry, fine. But you've got one of them sort of hats on, those Chinese hats on, and you've yellowed up, and you've got like sellotape on your eyes.
Before this goes any further, I'm going to straight up veto filming this one. Mostly because it involved buying a straw hat and
Mostly that
buying yellow face paint. Mostly that. But also the fact that I don't want to put tape on my eyes in case I, pull any eyelashes out.
Yeah.
And I've already got very thin eyebrows. And I'm sure there's a third reason, but carry on.
Paul comes in from his hike. Hi, Dan. I've just come back from the Andes. What you cooking? And Dan's standing at the stove, looking normal, with his wok.
Oh, you're taking back that?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And he's like, I'm just cooking a stir fry. Do you want some of it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since Monday. And you're like, it is Monday. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But earlier today, Monday. And you're like, okay, weird way of saying it, but sure. And I'm like, can you just not start on me as soon as I come in from my hike? And you're like, I'm not starting on you. I just thought it was a weird way for you to say, I've not eaten since... You could have just said, I've not eaten since this morning. But you just chose to say Monday instead. And I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, sorry, I made a mistake. I'm human. I'm only human. And you're like, oh, you're always... I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to let things go. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're so good, aren't you? You're so clever, so smart for just letting this go. You're the mature one, aren't you? And you're like, just give it a rest. I'm like, no, I don't want to give it a rest. And I start weeping, and you're like, oh, come on. Don't weep. You've got lots going for you. I'm like,
are we doing this again? Is this the second time in a row that your sketch is me and you having a fucking domestic and you going, oh, you've got lots going for you, but it's the other way round this time. It's me convincing you that you're a decent person rather than you What the fuck, Paul? Do you just want to write a sketch about that? Do you just want to do that and we'll ignore all of these ones? Just carry on. Carry on.
And I'm like, okay, all right. No, you're right. I am okay. I am a good person. And you're like, I didn't say that. I said you got a lot going for you. I didn't say you were a good person. I'm like, you're right. So what's in your stir fry? And you say, the meat of 10 babies! And sure enough, there is like doll parts and looking like real bits of baby in the wok. And I'm like, yum yum! And we scoff it all up. And the sketch is 2 hours long, and it's like a kind of mukbang of us eating like a baby. And then at the end, I don't know, you hit me on the head with the wok, and there's like a big clanging sound. And then Hitler comes out, and it's like...
He was in a straight jacket.
Not,
it was just his mind.
Yeah, it's not one of my best, that one's. I'll give you that.
No, I feel like that one was so bad, Paul, that I don't want to do any of the others now. Like, it was so bad, it has retroactively killed all of the sketches for me.
Okay, we won't do them then. That's our excuse.
We won't do them. There we go. There we go.
I like that. I like that you included that little excuse. That's got us out of doing them.
Just want you to know, everyone, it's Paul's fault that we're not doing them.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all his fault.
Well, that's it. Thanks for having me, Dan.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me in your house.
Yeah, thank you for coming over and just messing the place up. Like,
yep.
I don't know how you managed to get these things on the ceiling, but I'll have fun trying to get them down.
Well, I've got a lot of arse power, so when I put stuff in there, I can blow it right out.
You fucking animal. Jesus.
Anyway, I'll get back in my little mouse hole now.
Yeah, get back in your fucking cage. With all this shit in Emily's head.
Oh, it's a soft bed. Let's can it.
Fucking. Why do we do this every week?
Love you.
See you around, YouTube.
Bye bye.
That's not your sign off!